Welcome back to Konnect Media, and here today I got a photographer from Columbus, Mississippi. His name is Konnect Media, a good friend of mine, and finna get this thing started today. But what's going on, my guy?
Not much, just kind of kick it for the most part.
Just gonna kick it today, man. We got a couple topics we're gonna talk about today.
Okay.
And, some interesting topics, I think so. But, I wanna definitely start with just the photography side. Then we can just go from, anything from business, media, however you wanna, where you wanna go with it. But of course, I'm gonna have some questions in between. But first I wanna just ask you, like, since you're a photographer, I know you've been doing it for how many years?
11.
11 years. So I know you definitely got some skin in the game. So for anybody that starting out, what would you say should be their first 3 steps in 2023 they should do for their photography career?
If I had to start all over again in 2023, number one, first thing I gotta do is watch YouTube. Mm-hmm. Like right now versus when I started at 14, YouTube has exploded with media content creation. Mm-hmm. Photography is so easy. You could probably pick it up and maybe like what took us 3 or 4 years to learn during our time of picking up on photography. Right. Somebody could come along and do that in like a year and a half if they were in YouTube as much. Let's say they spent the amount of time that they would spend in college. Right. Watching YouTube about photography. Yeah, they probably could play catch up
fast.
Really? That's number one. Number two, get outside of shooting. I would say get outside of shooting my friends and family.
Yeah, because that's normally where they start.
Yeah, everybody starts with friends and families. It's cool to get support, get your skills under a wrap, but if you really want to take your game to the next level to where you can start getting paid and you can get, because your friends and family aren't going to be too harsh on you, I don't think. They don't really want to hurt your feelings or
True.
Or say anything like, yeah, this right here and all that. But a stranger will. They'll be like, hey, I need this to be better. I need this like this or that. So now you start to get that customer experience a little bit more. That's number 2. Number 3, I would say collect data on my clients. When I first started, I would shoot just to shoot. Whatever client come, I collect the email, phone number, that's it. I think I'll be starting that from the door.
Creating a database.
Yes, most definitely. Even if I wasn't email marketing or anything to them, I would probably at least start collecting their information.
And I think that's so smart because in the beginning, I didn't think of that, especially that third tip, getting the database, because eventually you can always, if you're starting out, you can be just doing seniors, or you could just be doing, like you said, just family.
Exactly.
But you never know, you might end up doing a family session and they probably got kids or, at a certain age, getting married soon. So having that database, whether it's just numbers or whatever it is, and having it in a list, it's gonna definitely help in the long run. Because for me, in the video side, I think we were just talking about that. Mm-hmm. Like I have people 2-3 years I'm still staying in contact with just because I kept that single number. And so I think that's definitely a big one. And you said the second one, what was your second one again? It was
second one, shoot outside of your friends and family.
Outside, yeah. Definitely that, because you never know what can come from it.
And people have different styles as well. Mm-hmm. Like what you like, you present that to your mom, dad, your cousins and aunts and stuff. They're gonna be like, oh, I like that typically. Yeah. But other people have different opinions of art. Yeah. So you can't just get conformed to one style of art, or you gotta find your people for the most part.
And I definitely say, like, just don't be, do different types of shoots. Like shoot with lights if you got them. Don't never just be like, okay, I just love the sun. I'm gonna just shoot outside. Cause that's something I realized when I did photography. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do studio work. And I was like, nah, mix it up. Cause you'll see, doing that, you'll become a whole different person. Your skill set be better. You'll feel better about yourself. And also, I realized me shooting in different environments gave me more confidence when I shot just in my studio. That's because that's something I originally just wanted to do.
Exactly. But and it keeps you from getting bored.
Yeah.
Like studio, before all this AI stuff came about, studio photography could get bored to an extent, because if you wanted to create something really majestic or unique, you got to spend hours in Photoshop instead of hours shooting.
Yeah, true. It's so true.
You know, versus now you spend more time shooting than you do in Photoshop because of AI.
Yeah.
So I think it
faster.
definitely sharpens your skills, and it gives your client something else to look forward to. Like, oh, I can try this outside. I can do this in studio, and it's good to mix up. That's another selling point, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. And like you just said something about AI. Like, what's your overall thoughts on AI? Because like, man, I use AI for video and really starting to do it with photography now. And I see like definitely for video it sped it up, but like photography, it really like I don't really spend a whole day on a project as much like I normally do. So like, what's your thoughts on AI, man? Because I know it's crazy.
You get with it or get lost at this point. Seriously, you either hop in now. Like you need to, if you're planning on doing something with AI, I feel like you should hop in. You need to learn as much as you possibly can about it. Don't spend too much time learning, because as you use something, you're naturally gonna pick up more on it.
True.
But man, I was a little hesitant about it because
Really?
my editing workflow for photography, of course, I've established it for so long. So I have like huge preset packages. I think I have over 450 presets.
Really?
Yeah, some I don't sort of use anymore, but you know, going from just taking photos my original style and clicking one of my presets and I can see it when I'm shooting, versus now you got AI, I can do the skin retouching and everything on that same click with the preset. So once I learned that, I was like, this is a game changer. So what I do is typically if I'm shooting and let's say I shoot 10 photos, the lighting conditions are really similar. I go in and I edit that one first photo till it's like perfect, like the teeth whitening and everything.
Right.
Copy all of my adjustments and then hit paste and let it do the whole thing. And from there, I just go back and make micro adjustments. Yeah, so it definitely has took the workflow from 6 hours on a set of photos to more like, if you're doing retouching, of course. So now you can like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah. Especially if you know what you're doing, for sure. If you know the software, of course, like it ain't gonna take you no time if you just popping out like, 10 photos or whatnot. But like on the headshot side, like it takes a couple. I say I give myself a good day because I want to make sure everything is right. But since I've been using AI, it sped it up so much. Like wrinkles in the face or wherever it is, like the softness, it's definitely a game changer. And you said something about it just hit me about I want to know your thoughts on digital products. Like have you ever like sold digital products?
You know what? I've had an opportunity to sell my presets. To a startup company, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And then I had my old partners bring up selling my presets. And I was like, nah, this is my style. I created that. But now how I feel about it, I'm like, hey, why not? There's somebody out there that's looking at my style and like, man, I want that.
Right. Yeah.
Why not give it to them and then teach them how to adjust and create their own style based on what I know about photography? Because me and you both know, being experienced photographers, videographers, I can watch you shoot all day long. I can try to mimic you as much as possible. But when I sit down and edit my video versus you editing yours, we're gonna come up with something totally different with the same exact footage. Yeah. Even if I just took all your footage out of your camera, it's still gonna be totally different probably. We may go some chronological order, may have a shot or two hit at the same sort of timing, but the story that we tell is gonna be different.
Totally different. And I think that's what makes a photographer and a videographer different. It's just because everybody tells the story in a whole different light than others.